Hi, welcome back to Highway Life. Today we're going to go back to pack opening. I don't get packs too often. Who am I kidding? I get packs pretty often, but not in the sense where like I buy it to open on camera. I just buy it because either my local comic shop has them and I'm picking up my comics, or maybe I'm just checking out another store and they happen to have packs. But this one time, I did get this Strixhaven collector booster box in Japanese for like 200 less than market right now. So I figured, if I'm gonna be getting $200 discount, or like not discount, but less than retail, then I might as well. And the mystical archives are in Japanese anyway, so it's like, doesn't hurt to get the set is particularly in Japanese. That being said, there are a lot of other playable cards in here that I'm looking to pull. Hopefully, I can recognize them by sight alone. And yeah, I mean, I can read some, but it's not going to be completely obvious to me what packs are, or what cards are what, unless I actually look at like the spoilers. And I also don't have the I don't have the actual mystical archive cards memorized either. So hopefully I can recognize what they're supposed to be. There's also like shock, and I can't remember what the other card was, but they essentially they essentially like mixed up the art for two different cards, I think. I don't know if it was on purpose, but I do know that it was not intentional, or like the art doesn't exactly match the card effect. So we're just gonna go through the commons real quick, but I don't think there's any commons I'm really looking out for. So we got Shadow. Like I honestly don't even remember. And then the commander cards, I'm gonna have no idea what they are. I'm gonna set the commander cards aside because I do want to check out what they're supposed to do. And we have our first mystical archive card here. That says Sentaku, choose instant. Card. So draw one card. I think it's scry one, draw one. I think this is consider. It might be consider. Oh, and we have. Okay, I think this is brainstorm. Draw three cards after. Put two cards back on top. Yeah, so this is brainstorm. Oh, Kodoki. Sorry, I actually have to concentrate to read. Instant. Oh, I think I don't know what the English card is, but I'm pretty sure this is counter unless they pay 3, and then this is memory lapse. No, it's brainstorm. Rare brainstorm. Okay. So I mean, because this is collectors, I'm gonna try to enjoy the rares a bit more, and the mystical archives. But yeah, hopefully me not being able to completely read it like right off the bat is not gonna hinder my enjoyment of this. I think that's knowledge eater or something. And I'll put my OBS in front of me so I can look up at the polls as they appear on camera, so that I can make sure you guys are enjoying it the same way I am. Roa would hold. Roa hold. Lore hold. Something. Oh, so there's our rare. Let me actually pull up a list of the regular cards. I look too much at the mystical archive cards that I don't even remember what the regular cards were. Alright, so this is a white rare. Yeah, this set actually prioritizes the multicolored cards, huh? This is Sparring Regiment. So it's an enchant. Whenever it enters, you can learn. Whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 on target attack creature and untap it. 3 mana for that. Not bad. Probably goes good in my like Atraxa deck. This one is a commander card, so I'm probably gonna have to look at that one after. This one, I actually do run this. I think this is just, I don't know what it's called, but every time you like play a creature, every time it attacks or blocks, you have to sack a creature. Okay, let's bring up 2 windows actually. Thanks for dealing with this with me while we check out these cards. This is Agonizing Remorse. So target opponent reveals their hand, you choose one card, exile that card, and you lose 1 life. We did it. Oh, yes. Totally worth it. We got the tutor. We got the toots. Oh my god. Yes. We all know what this card does. But search your library for a card, put it in your hand, shuffle your library. Yes. We just made the box's value back. Perfect. Oh my god. Hopefully we can keep this going. We got here. This is another Mystical Archives. Let's see what this one is. This one is one of the regular ones, so I'm not as familiar. Revitalize. Drain 3 and draw a card. Not bad. Ooh, and this one's beautiful. This is a Abundant Harvest. So choose a land or non-land, reveal cards on the top of the library until you reveal a card of the chosen kind. Probably not something I play. Definitely like helps you filter through your deck though. But beautiful. And we got a Fractal, and this is a treasure, I think. Yeah. Second pack in, already got already got one of the chases. I mean, hopefully we can get like, if we get a foil version or something, that'd be pretty sick. But I do want like some of the other cards anyway. So like, even if I don't, like, I'd rather get a variety. But I do want to make sure I'm not like losing money on some of these purchases. That's like the biggest reason I just don't even really buy cards anymore, is because yeah. Like, it might be great to be all like, hey, look at all these great rares in my collection. But then if you really think about it, I mean, like, you probably lost more than you hit. Something like probably 1 or 2 people in this world who did not lose. They opened 1 pack in their life, got like the greatest pull of their life, and they're just like, you know, I'm out. I think this is Tear Apart. Not showing up. Oh, it's Rip Apart. Yeah, Rip Apart. Very good card in terms of, I like to run it in a lot of budget decks, so always happy to pick one of those up. I think this is something Historian. I do want to, oh no, Strict Proctor. Whenever a permanent entering causes a triggered ability to trigger, counter that ability unless the controller plays 2. So not as good as some of the other ones, but it is a very niche effect. But I mean, there's better cards where it's just literally straight up permanents entering don't cause abilities to trigger. Let me also just see if I can pull up the Strixhaven Commander card gallery, and then I'll pull out the commander cards that we looked at earlier. Yeah. Alright, so the commander cards we got are this one, which looks like... Okay, there we go. Alright, this is Reinterpret. This is a borderless Reinterpret. Counter target spell, you may cast a spell with equal or lesser mana value from hand without paying its cost. That's actually not bad. I actually like this card. 4 mana to counter, and then you get a freebie. You're literally also kind of flashing something in if you're casting something that isn't a source or isn't an instant. Let's see what this one is. And again, I could be wrong. I'm terrible at this game. Fiery Encore. Discard a card, draw a card. You discard a non-land card this way. Deals damage equal to the card's mana of a target creature or planeswalker. It has a Storm. It's a creature or planeswalker. That's the only thing that's kind of about it. If you could just keep hitting face with this would be kind of the nuts. And then this one is Angel of the Ruins. Enters exile to 2 target artifacts and or enchantments. That's always a great card. All right, back to the regular pack. All right, let's take a look at the rares. Let's actually stop to look at the rares. This is not a channel where I'm gonna like put a cha-ching sign on the screen and have you guys all be like, "Oh my god, he made money!" No, this is a Magic the Gathering channel, and we care about the cards that we open and where we can put them. Okay. So if you just want the quick and easy dopamine hit, then no. You may exile an instant or sorcery, put from your hand, put 3 hone counters on it. If it's exiled, remove a hone counter, and you can transform. Cost 4 or less. And then on the reverse side is exile top card of each opponent's library until end of turn. You may cast spells from among those exiled cards, and you may spend mana as those mana of any color. Yeah, it's all right. I think this is Croson Grip, maybe? Nah. This is Sparta. No, this is Cultivate. That makes sense, actually. Because I think Croson Grip is actually like a samurai sword. Always great to get Cultivate. I'm going to put that in some of my decks that desperately need one, and I haven't really replenished my Cultivate stock. This one is Abundant Harvest. Okay, so we've already seen an Abundant Harvest. This one's pretty much Duress, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Duress. And then this is Mana Tide. Hell yeah. And then we got an Elemental and a Treasure. Yeah, so you can see some of the the Japanese mystical archives are definitely easier for me to identify. Okay, I'm gonna skip through the comments. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put them back on screen. Bookworm. Something golden. Alright, this is a land. So you can add a colorless or this Hall of Oracles or put +1/+1 counter on any target creature, activate only as a sorcery and only if it casts an instant or sorcery. That's pretty good. I can definitely put this in my Atraxa deck. I'm actually planning to also potentially build a Titus or Yuna deck, so that'll probably be a good one to have if I do decide to do that. This is... I do want a monologue text, but this looks like it is... Why do you not see this card? Promise of Loyalty, there you go. Because they, for some reason, didn't put all the colors properly. Each player puts a vow counter on a creature they control and sacrifices the rest. Each of those creatures can attack you or planeswalkers you control, as long as it has a vow counter on it. The fact that this is a sorcery and like it's not, the effect isn't dependent on the fact of you having like a enchantment still on the board. That's pretty strong. Like imagine if you put it on an indestructible or like a Voltron commander when you still have the chance, and they can never do anything to you. That's pretty good. All right, let's see what this rare is. This is Tempted by the Auric. For each opponent gaining control of up to one creature or planeswalker that gets mana value 3 or less. That's pretty good for 4 mana. This is Shock. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be Grape Shot though, because look at that art. That is a bunch of little Grape Shots flying around. Pretty sure this was supposed to be Shock or Grape Shot. Oh, I think I got another Demonic Tutor. No freaking way. Let me just make sure. I think it is. It might not be. I think this is. Oh no, it is. So we got two playable Demonic Tutors now. Sick. Very nice. And then we also have. This looks like it is. I mean, it's a really nice looking card, but strategic planning. Yeah, that makes sense. So look at top, so you put one in your hand, the rest in your graveyard. Not bad. I do use that in a lot of decks, so not bad to have. Here we have. How come I don't see this card? Oh, here we go. Academic Probation. Choose a non-land card name. Opponents can't cast spells with the chosen name until next turn. Or choose a non-land permanent until next turn can't attack, block, active abilities can't be activated. Alright. Next pack. Sorry, this video is definitely going to be way longer because of how we have to do it, but let's try to go through this a bit more quickly. We've got 2 Demonic Tutors though, so already I'm pretty sure I've like gotten the value. I think this is Deadly Brew. If it is, I'm gonna set it aside because I do want a couple of copies of this to play. Deadly Brew, yeah. Each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. If you sacrifice permanent way, you can return another permanent from graveyard to hand. Cool. I think we've already seen that one. There's another commander one, so let's take a look at that one. This looks like it is. Healing Technique. So demonstrate, return target card from graveyard to hand. You gain life equal to the card's mana value, exile. Okay, not the best, but you know. Here we have Semester's End. Exile any number of target creatures and or planeswalker control. At the end of the next end step, return each of them to battlefield. So it's kind of a flicker or blink. Each of them enters with an additional +1 and a loyalty. So this is a good way to protect your stuff from a board wipe. Probably I did want one of these for one of my +1/+1 counter decks, so that's pretty good. This is I'll try to edit the video a bit so you don't have to watch me while I'm like trying to figure out Snakeskin Veil. Always a great card. This is, what is this? This looks like I was like, this looks like Hidetsu's something. This looks like, oh, it's Stone Rain. That makes sense. Yeah, so I think this is just Destroy a Land. I think this is Claim the Firstborn. So I'm not gonna look that up. And then we got here. Yes, I do want a Archmage Emeritus. This is a dream trick, so when it becomes target of a spell, sacrifice it, and when it dies, you can learn. So, not that great. So I should note, though, that the Demonic Tutor we pulled is not foil, so I don't think it's like the max possible value version of it, but I mean, it does help with the fact that I don't really like playing expensive cards, so if I have a cheaper version of one, then that's fine by me. Also, why is it taking so long to focus? Okay, there we go. I think this is Plum the Forbidden, Plum the Forgot. I can't remember what it's called, but Plum the Forbidden, yeah. Great card, so I'm gonna set that one aside. This one is Golden Ratio. Draw a card for each different power among creatures you control. Okay. And then we have here Double Major. So copy target creature spell you control, except it isn't legendary if the spell is legendary. So you have to do it on the stack. But very powerful. Getting a legendary to be non-legendary. This one is Willow Dust Essence here. So I can choose another target creature, put a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the amount of life I gained, or the amount of life you lost, whichever is greater. Activate only as a sorcery. That's pretty interesting. This is Silver Quill Command, so I can either choose two. Target creature gets +3/+3 in flying. Return target creature from mana value 2 or less from graveyard to the battlefield. Target player draws a card and loses 2. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. Not bad. This is creature. I think this is negate. Yeah, I think it should be negate. Yes, it is indeed negate. And then we have Crux of Fate, I think. No. Crux of Fate has actually has the dragons on it. Well, which one is this one then? Or has both of the dragons? This one has just Nico Bolas on it. D-Spark. Oh, I should have looked at the mana value. What am I doing? But yeah, that's a good card. I actually do use that a lot in decks, so don't mind that. This is a branch. It looks like it is Adventurous Impulse. I'm actually not familiar with that, so look at top 3, reveal a creature or land, put the rest on the bottom. Okay, that's okay. This one, I think that's the same thing, another Crux of Fate, yeah. This is the Japanese alt art version of Crux of Fate. Or not Crux of Fate. D-Spark. God dang, I keep doing that. Yeah, D-Spark. Sick. Alright, we're halfway through the box. Already been a great first half. Let's hope we can keep this up. We also want to Blade Hold Historian, I think. Snow Day. This is a popular commander, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have Witherbloom Command, it looks like. Let's see what Witherbloom Command does. Oh, that's Dina Soul Steeper. That's what it is. Wither Bloom command. Yeah, so I can mill 3, then return a land to hand. Destroy target non-creature non-land with mana value 2. Target creature gets -3/-1, or target opponent loses 2 and they gain 2. It's only 2 mana. It is unfortunately only a sorcery speed, so I don't think this card sees a lot of play. This is Trudge Garden. Whenever I gain life, I can pay 2, and if I do, I create a 4/4 green fungus beast with trample. That's pretty powerful. If you're getting if you have some effect that just auto heals you for 1 every turn, and you just pay 2, you're getting a lot of value. Alright, this is Kian, Dean of Substance. I can exile top card of my library. If it's a land, I can put it into my hand. Otherwise, I can put a study counter on it. I can create a fractal with and put a +1 for each card that has a study counter on it. And then when I can play the flip side, which is a flying bird wizard 3/3. Exile top X card of my library and put a study counter on each of them. Then you may put a card you own in exile with a study counter on it into your hand. Okay. Another Claim the Firstborn. Oh, Swords of Plowshare. Definitely needed some of those in my decks, so always happy to pull some of these. Pretty sure it's Swords of Plowshare. I'm just gonna double check real quick. Yep, Swords of Plowshare. Way better than Path to Exile, honestly. Path to Exile, I mean, a multiplayer format, probably fine. Oh, another Cultivate. But in like Brawl, it's absolutely terrible. You're just giving them the mana to essentially bring back their commander if you're using it on their commander, which I don't really want to do. All right, Mavinda, Student's Advocate. So flying, I can cast a instant or sorcery from my graveyard. If it doesn't target a creature I control, it costs 8 more to cast this way. If it doesn't target a creature you can say. So if it's a spell that targets it, fine, but if it's not, it costs 8 more. That's kind of, I mean, I guess it's good for Feather, I guess something the redeemed. I can't remember what the card's name was, or something like that. All right. I think this is the one that lets you and someone else draw 3 cards. All right, so we got a. Yeah, I can actually smell these cards from here. It's insane. This is a. I wanted to blot out this guy, but it doesn't seem like. Wait, where is this guy? Why is he not on these spoilers? I see. Here we go. I don't know why they put him down here. So, a double striker. Whenever I cast an instant sorcery, return target non-legendary creature from a graveyard to hand. That is pretty good. I kind of want to build around this. As initial cost to cast a spell, you can sacrifice any number of creature. Cost 2 less for each creature cast this way. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. You can create a 3/6 black and red avatar with haste. Whenever it attacks, it deals 3 damage to each opponent. Huh. Oh, and it's sorcery. Interesting. I wonder how this works as a commander then. Alright. And then we also have the theoretical duplication. So it's just whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under opponent control this turn, create a token that's a copy of that creature. That's pretty cool. 3 mana to make a copy of something that your opponent's entering the battlefield. Doesn't even need to be cast, but it has to be non-token. Alright. Now we have here Ifrit Flame Painter, double strike. When it deals common damage to player, you can play an instant or sorcery from a graveyard without paying its mana cost. If it would be put into the graveyard, exile it instead. Not bad, not bad. This is eliminate. I think it's just like destroy. Yeah, destroy target creature or planeswalker with mana value 3 or less. Nice. I think this is electrolyze. Yeah, electrolyze. Deal 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 targets and draw a card. This is white and so this is just revitalize. I think just it says gain 3 life and then draw a card. Ooh, this one looks nice. This is the grape shot. I mean, I guess maybe this. I guess this also looks like grapes floating around. I guess yeah, we can give the other one a pass. Just gonna double check though, because yeah, grape shot. Love the art on this one. So yeah, hopefully, I think they're doing this again for the Secrets of Strixhaven, which I've already pre-ordered for. But hopefully they're doing something like this again. But with cool cards. They haven't exposed anything yet, so this is Dragon's Approach, I think. Oh, teach by example. This one I'm not familiar with off the top of my head. This card, I don't know why, but I feel like I should look at what this card does because it looks like it could be good, you know. Let's see what the world says. This is Decisive Denial. Target creature controls fights or you can counter unless it pays 3. That's actually pretty good. Like if you miss the opportunity to counter something, at least you still have the opportunity to fight something. Let's see. This one is like this one's probably not a good card. I don't know why I'm looking at it. Mercurial Lesson. Oh, target creature loses all abilities, becomes a frog with 1/1 or an octopus with 4/4. Alright, we got one of the lands, which is great. Always great to pull lands, I think. Why is this land not in the spoilers? Oh, it is in the spoilers. I'm just not in the right place. Shine Shadow Snarl. So I can reveal a plains or swamp and it enters untapped if I do. Not bad. Alright, we got our commander card now. Let's see if we can find it quickly. Tavash, Gloom Summoner. So this is lifelink 4/4. At the beginning of end step, if you gain life, you may pay X life, where X is the amount of life gained. If you do, you create an XX black demon creature token. That is pretty cool. Not the strongest effect. We got Cody as well. But still, I'm pretty sure this is Duress. There's our Croson Grip. You see it's a katana. I think this is... Look at the top 3 cards of our library. Put one in your hand. And then I think put the rest in your graveyard. I think this is strategic planning or impulse. I can't... I want a time warp though. Strategic impulse. Why is it not in the Mystical Archive? Unless I'm just missing it every time. Oh, it's strategic planning. Yeah, I was right. Oh, and then we have another one of the blink all your creatures and give them +1/+1, which is great. Good to have 2 copies. Now I can safely use one and know I always have a backup. All right, moving on. All right. Oh, what is that? It's nice art. Oh, so we got our first rare. Let's see what this is. Confront the past. Alright, return Planeswalker mana value X or less to the battlefield. Or remove twice X loyalty counters from target Planeswalker and opponent controls. Okay. Very niche, but... Alright, Devastating Mastery. So you can pay 4, 2 and 2 white, rather than pay the spell's mana. If you pay the alternate cost, opponent chooses up 2 non-land permanents they control and return them to their hands, and then otherwise it's always going to destroy all permanents. So they have the option to save 2 things if you don't pay the full cost. Not exactly the best for Commander, I would say. Oh, actually, it's actually not too bad in Commander because you can choose a specific opponent who you don't really worry about. It's just the mana cost is pretty restrictive if you're gonna pay the full value. Let's see what we got here. This Commander. This is Rionya, Fire Dancer. At the beginning of combat, create X token copies that are copies of another target creature you control, where X is 1 plus the number of instant sorcery you cast this turn. Ooh, that's pretty cool. So definitely more of a in the 99. If you want to like have a lot of fun with it, I'm guessing. This one is Accomplished Alchemist, so I can add 1 mana of any color, or I can add 1 mana of any color where X amount of life gained. Interesting. I think this is Divine Gambit. It is 2 white. 2 white, and it does have a little picture of a little creature dude. So far though, the Mystical Archive cards in this box open have been way better than the first box I ever opened of this, back when it originally came out. I think that when it originally came out, I had so much Defiant Strikes, it was not even funny. I don't even see Divine Gambit, but well, I'm pretty sure that is. This looks like a... Please tell me this is Tendrils of Agony or something. I don't think it is, but I do want... Yes, it is! Sick. This Tendrils of Agony looks awesome. Maybe I'll swap this into my Gwenom deck. And speaking of Defiant Strike, I'm pretty sure this is Defiant Strike. And then I think this is Growth Spiral. Yep. Awesome card. Alright, down to our last 2 packs. So it has tapered off a bit, but honestly, the Mystical Archive cards have been great, and I started off strong, so I can't complain. Alright, so let's get this to focus. That's actually a zombie crocodile. Told me to fly. There we go. This card is... It's one of the cards I'm looking for. I can't believe I only pulled 1 in this whole box. So solve the equation. So search library for instant or sorcery, reveal it, put it into hand. Ooh, and this is... Body of Research. Create a 0/0 green-blue fractal, put X +1/+1 counters, where X is the number of cards in your library. This definitely seems like a fling... a card I will want to fling at some point. It's gonna be really hard though with this. Alright, this is Elementalist Palette. Whenever you cast a spell with X in its cost, you can put 2 charge counters on it. I can add 1 mana of any color, or I can add a colorless for each charge counter on it. I can spend this only to cast costs that contain X. That's pretty cool. There's definitely some commanders that care about that, so... And the fact that it's colorless means that it is gonna fit in a lot of decks. Alright, we got another... I don't know what they're called, reveal lands, but... this one is Frostboil Snarl. Enters, you can reveal island or mountain. Great color combination, red-blue. I think this is like Aggravate or something. It's a beautiful card, though. This is Infuriate, of course. Infuriate, not Aggravate. We got Gift of Estates, I think. I did want an Approach of the Second Sun, but it's fine. Yeah, Gift of Estates. So opponent controls more lands, you can search for up to 3 planes, reveal them, put them in your hand. We got another Shock. Ooh, this one looks like, I think it's Balance. The foiling on this looks insane, though. Oh, Day of Judgment. Yeah, that makes more sense. I did want a Day of Judgment, though. The Solar Creatures. I don't know why they put a little scale there, but I did want a low-cost board clear, so there we go. So far, super happy with this box. I kind of wish I bought more. Again, I got this for like way below current market. I don't recommend it because I think even with the demonic tutor pulls, I'm probably like barely just over. But a lot of the cards are playable in Commander, so it's like, might as well, right? And I do still have a lot of decks that need cards from this set, so. And go through these last couple ones a bit slower. And we'll see what we get for the final couple cards. Alright, so we got here. This has been fun. Probably gonna, hopefully I can open another collector booster or something soon. But I think the fact that it has the Mystical Archives makes it so much better. Rushed Rebirth, 2-star creature. When that creature dies, I can search my library for a creature card with lesser mana value, put it onto the battlefield, tap it, then shuffle. That's pretty good. There's got to be a way to like animate a room or something, and then have it fight, and then grab a really big creature because of how big the rooms are. Oh, this is... I don't think that would work though, because I think it only counts the part that's open. Wake the Past. Return all artifacts from graveyard to the battlefield to gain haste. That's pretty cool. 7 mana to do it, but very specific on what it does. Alright, we got here. I think this is another Witherbloom command. So I'm just going to skip past that one. This is another blue card we haven't seen. This is Whirlwind Denial. For each spell and ability opponent controls, counter it unless its controller pays for. Okay. I mean, it means they still have some wiggle room to work with. Oh, is this what I think it is? Oh, no, I don't know, actually. This is... Oh, no, this is just a regular. This is not the Japanese Mystical Archives. This is... I thought it was Time Warp. It's Mind's Desire. Shuffle your library, then exile top of your card your library, and in return you may play that card without paying its mana cost. And then Storm. Oh. And then now we have a... Adventurous Impulse. And then lastly, the Ifrit that we've seen before. Alright. Yeah, that was... great opening, I would say. Got a lot of useful cards, the best of which was the Demonic Tutor. And the fact that I got a second Demonic Tutor definitely helps helps me recuperate the cost of the box. Happy to get the Mana Tithe. But yeah, I mean, people at the store are still gonna have to take my word for it when I say I'm casting a Demonic Tutor. And they're gonna be like, sure, Kevin, sure. Anyways, thanks so much for joining me. Hopefully, you stick around for some of the other videos I post. I play other I play video games, horror games. If not, I do random box openings from time to time for card games that I either play or just like collecting. This is not one of those investment channels. I think those are kind of stupid, to be honest. Just do the things you love. That's why it's called hobby life. But thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.